Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. I really don't like saying I told you so, but I told you so. There is a new £20 billion black hole sitting there waiting to be added to the already existing £50 billion black hole created entirely by Rachel Reeves. She can't blame the Tories for this one. After all, there was a £20 billion black hole and I've taxed you £40 billion to fill it. Only now there's £50 billion black hole. Except there isn't, it's more. And I said this in a video maybe a week ago or so. I said what will happen is as the economy shrinks and as more people get laid off, go unemployed, etc., the tax take will drop and the expenses going out will increase. And I said that will lead to a much bigger black hole. And lo, it came to pass. And now Reeves is facing what to her must be an absolutely hopeless and terrifying at the same time prospect of trying to find an extra 20 billion over the 50 billion she's struggling to find now. Now, everyone is putting her under the scrutiny now. They all see that she's a failure. They all see she can't do her job. And they all know that it's Torsten Bell now who's got to find an extra £20 billion, but she's going to be the one that stands there and pretends it's her budget. And she'll take the flak for it, she'll take the fall for it, and as soon as the budget is over and the complaints come in, she's done. That will give Starmer the excuse he needs to boot her out. But the OBR has said exactly what I predicted. They've issued what can best be described absolutely as a dire forecast. And it's all based on productivity, of course, GDP. Because fewer people are working. More people are unemployed. The economy isn't growing, it's shrinking. And that has a direct result on what will be the tax take, of course. The prediction is that it will mean an extra 20 billion hole in the money bag. How's she going to fix this one? How are you going to fix it, Rachel? You're going to tax us an extra 20 billion. Do you know what that'll do? It will destroy the economy even more. And then you'll have to find 100 billion next time. Yeah. If you truly want to fix the country, quit and take that wanker Starmer with you. Maybe you could have a little joint pact and go off to the woods. Who knows? But it's emerged, of course, exactly as I predicted, because I've been in this game a long time. I know what I'm talking about. And it's the basic, what should we say? It's the assumption. Let's say it's this way. They were assuming the economy would grow at whatever figure. There'll be a 4%. There won't never be 4%. There'll be a 0.4% growth. And it turns out that there isn't a 4% growth. There's a 2% shrinkage or something like that. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's going to be something like that. But the Institute of Fiscal Studies did say that for every 0.1 downwards fall in GDP, in productivity, it's increasing borrowing by about 7 billion. But since they've downgraded the growth by 0.3% from 0.4 to 0.1, it means there's three of them, 3.1s. Well, 3.1s is £21 billion. So we'll round it off. It's 20 billion on top of the 50 billion. She's got to find 70 billion. She doesn't know how to find the 50 billion. What on earth is she going to do? Haircut tax? Breathing tax? Being in possession of an arse tax? My wife would have to pay twice. Hey. According to I don't mean she's got a big arse, I mean she's got me. Jesus, I could get myself in trouble with this big mouth. Anyway, according to the BBC, there was a thing on their I don't normally read the BBC's web pages, but you have to. During a recent visit, when she went over to Saudi Arabia, that would have gone down a storm, innit? A woman in Saudi Arabia. They probably didn't listen to her. She blamed the financial crisis in 2008 for the current. I mean, she's running out of things to blame, isn't she? But she was blaming the 2008 crisis for the problems of today. We've had a boom in between then, love. She blamed Brexit. She blamed aliens. She blamed the price of Cheerios. It was the Tories. It was Douglas Bader, Jesus, dinosaurs. Continental drift. Everything she could think. The one thing she didn't blame though was was her own incompetence. And that's and that's the real reason, isn't it? The woman's an idiot and incompetent. And when we're hitting 100 billion in a month in borrowing, you're in trouble. How are we going to get out of this? Nobody knows. Certainly, least of all, Rachel Reeves. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks a lot.